What is up, For Honor brothers and sisters? So in this guide, I decided to go with Kensei. Kensei was my second main. Nobu was my first. You probably hear, if you're here, you might already seen my Nobushi guide, but this is going to be the Kensei guide, and I hope you appreciate it. Make sure you give me all the feedback that you want. I also have a what if video on Kensei and what I think can be done to improve him, but this is just about the guide. So I'm going to briefly go over the moveset, or I should say the basic moves that he has, and then we're going to get into some of the hero specific stuff. But I hope you appreciate it. Hope you enjoy it. We'll talk about perks. We'll talk about feats, and then a little bit of gameplay at the end. If you have anything that maybe you do for Kensei that's beneficial, please drop it in the comments. Let people know that stop by here. Hey, this is something you should try too, because the hero tactics is good. It lets you know what you really need to know about Kensei, but there's still a little bit more to understand. So I hope you all appreciate this. I'm always trying to give you guys some For Honor content of some sort. I think the next hero, I have an idea who the next hero is going to be, but let's just focus on Kensei right now. All right, so we're looking at Kensei. Kensei was my second main, as I mentioned. Now with Kensei, he has a 3-hit chain. I'm going to quickly go over that chain. Now, listen, this chain can be any combination of light, heavy, and then the finisher can be light or heavy. And that finisher is either unblockable or uninterruptible. So that's how his finisher will be. The light will be uninterruptible, and the side heavies will be uninterruptible, and the top heavy is unblockable. So that's really what you need to know about his 3-hit chain. He has a 3-hit chain. You can do any combination of those, and I want to just go ahead and move past that because most of you guys already know that. As I like to say, anytime you pick up a hero or choose a hero, the first thing you need to do is look at the hero specific, because the hero specific is what makes that hero unique. And what makes Kensei unique, as you will see, the first 4 sections in his hero specific has the word top in it. So the focus is on his top heavy, the top heavy finisher unblockable, the top heavy opener cancels, the second top heavy cancels, the top heavy finisher cancels. So all of this we're going to go over, but that's what Kensei's focus is. And you can get to it any kind of which way.
What did you say?
Like I was saying. You can go light, light, top heavy. You can go heavy, heavy, top unblockable. You can go light, heavy, unblockable. So that's the top heavy unblockable, all right? And then they talk about the cancels. All right, here's what I like about the cancels. These cancels are so important, and his top is so important. Everything is about the top, y'all. Really focus on this right here. All right, because this is where you're going to be making your money with Kensei. Really what you want to start with when you're talking about Kensei is he has a Pommel strike. That is going to be the fastest way, one of the fastest ways. There's really 3 of the fastest ways you can get to your finisher, but let's just talk about the Pommel strike for once right here. So you got the Pommel strike that you can only do off your top heavy. So you go top heavy, Pommel strike, right? With the Pommel strike, you can follow it up with a light. So you can go boop, and you're good to go. That cannot be blocked or parried. That is a free light you get after that, but you only get the free light. So boop, that's what you get, all right? Now, if let's say you went for a heavy, it can be blocked. Or let's say you went for your light. This is what I really hope you guys don't do. If you whiff, don't do that. Don't do that. If you whiff your Pommel strike, you're better off not doing anything. Or if you think your opponent's gonna parry, just throw out, hold on, do it here. Just throw out a heavy and bait it like that. So that's what I recommend for Kensei. If you miss the Pommel strike, throw out a heavy, see what your opponent's gonna do. It also gives you an idea if they're a parrier or if they really know Kensei or not. So as we mentioned, you can only get that off the top. The top is the only way you can do Nature's Wrath as well. That's a 4 dodge attack that you can get. And it's parryable, but if it's only blocked, then you can go into your unblockable. All right? Just like that. So if it's blocked, you can continue your attack. And that's with any of the heavies Kensei throws. You can continue your attack. And you really want to use that to your advantage because he's not the best hero, but he's a very fun hero. He still can be fun. Kensei's a lot of fun for me. And the other way that you can get into your undodgeable, or I'm sorry, the other way you can get into your unblockable finisher after one hit is Swift Strike. So you go Swift Strike, which is your dodge heavy attack, and you can get right into it that way too. So Swift Strike, dodge heavy attack. And there's a couple ways you can get into Swift Strike now. So just to recap, you guys know you can get your unblockable from the Pommel. You can get your unblockable because it's Pommel, get the hit, go into your unblockable because that second hit is free. And then you can get your unblockable from Swift Strike, which was the side dodge heavy, and you can get your unblockable from Nature's Wrath, which is the forward dodge heavy. You can also use Kensei's forward dodge light, which is Helm Splitter. See here. See, and that's another one hit option to get you right into your unblockable. The problem is it can be blocked. So it's not an enhanced light. So if your opponent blocks it, you're done. You're done. And that's why I kind of focus on Nature's Wrath to get into your one hit, because with Helm Splitter, if it's blocked, you can't get into it. But if you do connect it, like I said, that's another way that you can go one hit and get into your unblockable. Well, another thing I was talking about is how important top is, right? So you can actually soft feint into a dodge after you throw your top. So you throw top and you can soft feint and go into Swift Strike. That's just another way to get in this. You don't have to just dodge in the Swift Strike. Use your top. Your top is the most dangerous thing really Kensei has. So use that to see what your opponent's gonna do. How are they gonna react? Are they just gonna stare you down? If they're gonna stare you down, then maybe you need to throw a Pommel just to get their attention a little bit and follow it up with a light and get into your unblockable. But you gotta figure out different ways you can attack. And as mentioned, you can dodge out of every one. So if it's your first one, you can dodge out of it. If it's your second one, you can dodge out of it. And if it's your third one, you can dodge out of it. So those are all soft dodges you can get out of your attack. Now I want to really start going into all the cancels. So let's talk about these cancels. So when you cancel, if you go into a light, you see it's blocked right away. However, if you go into a heavy, cancel that and cancel that, you can continue your attack. So it's only an issue if your light is blocked. If you're heavy, you can continue your attack. So of course, if you get your heavy off these cancels, that makes it even nicer. So here you go, bang, bang, boom, there you go. You can get into it that way. And that gives Kensei some options when it comes to feinting, because you can feint. There's a soft feint. Those are soft feints now, soft feints. The hard feint is just after I actually soft feint. That's the hard feint right there. Soft feint in the light. Here we go. Soft feint in the light. Soft feint in the light. Throw the heavy. Oh, nope, not gonna throw the heavy. You have to keep your opponent on his toes or her toes. So as far as those top attacks, that's the beauty of Kensei, because you can cancel all the way through, but you have to start with your heavy. You have to start with your heavy. So you can go that way. You can go like that. You can finish it, or you can go light, heavy, and then cancel into the light. And you see how that light was uninterruptible? And you have to use that to your advantage as well, because those lights are definitely faster. You can also guard break during that second hit in the chain. You can actually soft feint a guard break. So let's say you go, well, I don't want to go Pommel strike, huh? Go light. I didn't do that right. So you go light into the guard break, which allows you to get to your finisher if they're near a wall, because you push them into the wall. That's the second hit in that chain, and then you would get your unblockable on top. So I'll show you that again. So I'll soft feint, and then I'll guard break. That was a soft guard break. It's not hard, soft. Out of that hard, soft talk, and you guys don't take it any kind of way other than that. Now you see when I pushed him back, it stunned him. It stunned him. Now that light wasn't free. I'm letting you know because I tried it before, and they can block it. They can block it. So if you do that, it does stun. That stuns. You see it over his head? That stuns. And what I mean by that is that you won't be able to see anything. I'll actually have the bot do it to me so you can see. You see how that? See how I can't see his guard or nothing for about 2 seconds. For about 2 seconds, you can't see it. We'll even do the count. 1 1000, 2 1000. There's his guard. 1 1000, 2 1000. There you go. So it's about 2 seconds, and you will not be able to see the guard, so you can take advantage of that. But if he actually threw something, I still will be able to block it. Kensei has a decent zone when you're talking about clearing mid, and also kind of trying to keep somebody, let's say somebody's to your immediate left or whatever. You can kind of keep them off of you. Of course, unless it's a conk or a BP, and then they're just going to flip you, or you're going to get hit with one of those dang heavy. That's one of the annoying parts. But you just got to play it right. You just got to play it right. So if you had a conk to this, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk about that. But see how the zone, you can actually hard feint it. So that's the hard feint of the zone. Or you can let it go. 1, 2, 3. It's really supposed to be 3 hits here, but you only get 2 on the opponent. Like 1, 2, 3. That's really to help keep external opponents off of you. 13 and 16 damage for that. And just to let you know the damage numbers for your attacks, the first top heavy, you see that's 24. If you did a first side heavy, that's 27. Side heavy is more. So let's say I did 2 top heavies, 24 and 29. Now if I went top and then side, that's only 24 and 25. So you know the second top heavy does heavy damage. Heavy damage. So if you can land that somehow, good luck. And then the finisher is 34 damage. And if you did a finisher side heavy, that's 30 damage. And I can show you the lights as well. So there's the soft feint lights. That's 12 damage the first time. It's 13 damage the second time. And 14 damage the last time, so the third time. So those are the damage numbers, so that way you know them all. That second top heavy is huge if you can get it. And because you can dodge out of things, guys, you can catch people that are rolling. Anybody that's rolling away, like you go for, let's say you do your heavy. Oh, they're rolling away? Boom, there you go. You throw that bad boy on them. Now, Kensei does have superior block. I'm going to show you guys here. You can see the damage that you get. See, I got 16 damage. But because of the changes, there's really no point in doing this attack. It really isn't, because if I get 16 damage for that, why not just get my freaking heavy punish, or a light parry punish on a heavy attack, and get 27 damage. So even though you can do it, it's no point, y'all. That's only 16 damage. The best thing you can use your superior block for is this. Anytime somebody's coming up on a top attack, it works good because you're guaranteed to get your 25 damage, because you can guard break. Superior block, guard break, and if you're near a wall, it makes it even better because you can get your 34 damage. But if not, you can still get your 25. So make sure nobody should be feeling froggy enough to get a top attack on Kensei. It needs to be a quick one unless it's a light, but you can parry that. All right, so when your opponent is out of stam, there's a couple ways you can do this. Sorry about this Kensei's heavy breathing, but there's a couple ways you can do this. Throw him off, light, and then throw a side heavy. That's gonna give you 42 damage. Or you can throw him heavy and then get a light. That's 42 damage. And if they are, the best thing you can do if you parry and they're out of stamina, let's see if I can get this, is that you want to do Helm Splitter into your top unblockable for 48 damage. That's gonna do major damage. So that's the one you really want to do, especially when somebody's out of stamina for your parry punish. But if they're out of stam and you just throw them off to the side, then you can just do one of those bad boys. Oh, my bad. I screwed up that time. You need to do it right away and you'll get it. There you go. I preface what I'm about to do just to let you know you're not going to be able to get away with what I'm about to do in game, but I just want to show you like some of the things that Kensei can do just to keep your opponent on notice. All right, so it's kind of like when I did Nobushi Unleashed. This is like a Kensei Unleashed, because you can do so many things just to keep your opponent thinking and being honest. Of course, you got your Pommel strike. You can dodge out of this. Throw a zone. Complete the zone. Feint, up, boom, up. Get your guard break. Go into your heavy. Got your Helm Splinter. Oh, not gonna do it. Throw into that. Go out of it. Up. See, there's so many. You can do so much with Kensei. But he's just not that great of a hero. I'm just gonna be honest. He's fun to me, but a lot of people, like, you probably won't see him much in competitive. But not that I play much competitive, but I just don't see people that play competitive play Kensei that much. But I love Kensei. He's always gonna be one of my favorites. I play this game for fun, so he's always one of my choices to play, especially when the game gets kind of dull. When it comes to feats for Kensei, my preference is to go with body count, only because most times I'm in mid. And when I'm in mid, it helps me clear zones. But honestly, also, I don't mind fast recovery, only because so much stamina is drained if you're trying to do a lot of soft feints. But I just prefer to go with body count because that seems, I don't know, I just feel like that's going to help the team better. I definitely think there's multiple choices and multiple combinations you can do with Kensei. But I would say fast recovery or body count, and probably body count. And I'm only saying I would go with body count because of what I have for my perks, which is what I'll tell you guys in a second. But with body count, I go with chill and stare, because obviously you throw chill and stare, especially in a team fight, that's going to affect nearby enemies. Anybody that you infect and anybody else around. I say infect, but you know what I'm saying. That chilling stare. And then in the other options, you have smoke bomb, you have inspire. Inspire is a good one as well, especially if you're operating in mid to help those soldiers fight faster and get their tails moving. And then smoke bomb, of course, you can throw that. I actually don't mind smoke bomb as much. I used it a couple times in a few matches. It actually helped me and my team actually win on a point. So not that opposed to smoke bomb anymore as I used to be, but it's not bad. But inspire is good. See, all three of these are good options, but I like chill and stare. I prefer chill and stare out of those three. A longbow. So longbow, I think that's the one to go with third, unless you're worried about your health, because you can't go wrong with health. You can always go second win there. And I never use this. This is a throwaway one. I wish it wasn't even there. It's kind of like the first one, the Iron Lungs. I don't use that either. Kensei's so slow. What's Iron Lungs going to do anyway, right? And then for your fourth feat, your tier 4, Stalwart Banner is probably what you're going to run. A lot of people I don't run Unblockable just because. Just because. I can't stand that feat. It's almost like the tier 4 for Tiandi and PK. That last laugh, I can't stand those feats. I just, really? Unblockable? Everything's unblockable? What is this? Arcade mode? Come on, man. So I don't run it. I never run it out of spite. So I'm sure y'all like, I don't care. I'm trying to win. So I'm going to use unblockable. It's an option. So yeah, I get it. Run unblockable, but I prefer Stalwart Banner. And I hardly ever use Arrow Storm, but I do use Stalwart Banner. So those are my options. Those are my selections when it comes to his feats. Now, when you're talking perks, I like to go with Devour because anytime you can get extra health, that is good. And that's why for the tier 3, I don't mind if you ran second wind. I think that's a good option for Kensei as well. But Devour, upon execution, heal an additional 10 health. Can't go wrong with that. I also like to run Endurance because like I tell you, stamina is big, especially with his soft feints with Kensei. So you receive 3% stamina cost reduction with that. Some people will say, hey, I think you should go Headhunter for this last one, but I go with Fresh Focus. And it's when out of stamina, counter guard breaks, blocks, and parries regenerate 20% stamina. So yeah, I would say if I had to do this over again, not gonna lie, I probably would go with Headhunter. I probably would go with Headhunter instead of Fresh Focus. And I actually have that on my Xbox. I have Headhunter instead of Fresh Focus. So whatever you decide to go with, no issues there. Devour, Endurance, Headhunter. I have Devour, Endurance, Fresh Focus, but Devour, Endurance, Headhunter is probably the best choices out of these. So I hope you enjoyed this Kensei guide. It's just some little information. Of course, a lot of it is there, but it's mainly just what you need to focus on when you're playing Kensei. Focus on the top. Make sure you're using those soft feints, and you'll be fine. So I would love to hear what you guys think. What are some of the things that you like to do with Kensei? Is Kensei one of your favorites? Is he not? What is maybe something that I missed? What's something that I missed talking about Kensei that the people should know? Please let me know and let others know that might find this video. So I'm going to end this video with just some gameplay of Kensei so you can see him in action in a few situations and how I've used him. Appreciate you guys always for checking out the video. You could be checking out so many other videos and you happen to stop on this one, even if it's just for a little bit, and I appreciate that. Have a great one. Until next time, peace.
Zone A.